The United States and China stand as towering figures on the world stage. Each possesses unique histories, cultures, and systems of governance. America, a relatively young nation, rose to prominence championing democracy and individual liberty. China, an ancient civilization, boasts a long tradition of centralized rule and a collectivist ethos. These contrasting approaches have profound implications. They shape economic policies, social structures, and foreign relations. In the 21st century, understanding these differences is not just an academic exercise. It is crucial for navigating the complex relationship between these global powers. The world watches as these two giants chart their courses. Will their differences lead to inevitable conflict? Or can they find common ground and forge a more cooperative future? These are the questions that define our time. China's economic transformation over the past few decades has been nothing short of astonishing. Once a largely agrarian society, China has emerged as a global economic powerhouse. This remarkable growth has been fueled by a potent combination of factors. Central to this success is the Chinese government's strategic approach. China has implemented ambitious 5-year plans, setting clear economic goals and directing resources accordingly. This centralized planning has enabled China to make significant investments in key industries and infrastructure. Moreover, China has effectively leveraged its vast labor pool, becoming the world's factory for manufacturing. The government has also actively sought foreign investment, opening up its economy to global trade and attracting expertise. This remarkable economic performance has lifted millions out of poverty and positioned China as a major player in the global economy. One of the most visible manifestations of China's economic rise is its unprecedented infrastructure development. Across the country, a vast network of high-speed railways, modern airports, and efficient highways is rapidly taking shape. This infrastructure boom is not merely about concrete and steel. It represents a strategic vision for the future. Improved transportation networks facilitate trade, connect markets, and enhance overall productivity. Modern infrastructure is seen as essential for sustaining economic growth and enhancing the quality of life for China's citizens. Furthermore, China's infrastructure investments extend beyond its borders. The Belt and Road Initiative, a massive infrastructure project, aims to connect China to countries across Asia, Africa, and Europe. This ambitious undertaking highlights China's growing global influence and its determination to shape the future of global trade. While China's strengths lie in its centralized planning and economic dynamism, the United States continues to excel in areas that have long been its hallmarks: innovation and individual liberty. The American system, with its emphasis on free markets and individual initiative, has fostered a culture of creativity and entrepreneurship. Silicon Valley, a testament to American innovation, has revolutionized the world with its technological advancements. From the internet to smartphones, American ingenuity has consistently pushed the boundaries of what is possible. This spirit of innovation is deeply ingrained in American culture, encouraging risk-taking and rewarding success. Moreover, the United States has long been a beacon of freedom and individual rights. The Constitution, with its Bill of Rights, guarantees fundamental freedoms such as speech, religion, and assembly. These principles have attracted people from all over the world seeking opportunities and a society that values personal liberty. Section 5. The question of efficiency, a stark contrast. When it comes to efficiency in policymaking, the contrast between the Chinese and American systems is stark. China's centralized government can make swift decisions and implement policies with remarkable speed and coordination. This efficiency is evident in China's response to crises, such as the COVID-19 pandemic. The government's ability to rapidly mobilize resources and enforce lockdowns effectively contained the virus's spread. While this approach has drawn criticism for its impact on individual liberties, it highlights the potential advantages of a centralized system in times of crisis. In contrast, the American political system, with its checks and balances, can be slow and cumbersome. Partisanship and gridlock often hinder the legislative process, making it challenging to address pressing issues promptly. While this system is designed to protect against abuses of power, it can also lead to delays and inefficiencies. Section 6. Navigating global challenges, different approaches. The contrasting approaches of China and the United States are also evident in their responses to global challenges. China, with its focus on national sovereignty and non-interference in other countries' internal affairs, often takes a pragmatic approach to international relations. China's growing economic clout has given it significant leverage on the world stage. It has used this influence to forge strategic partnerships and secure access to resources. China's approach to development assistance, often characterized as no strings attached, stands in contrast to the more conditional aid offered by Western nations. The United States, on the other hand, has traditionally positioned itself as a champion of democracy and human rights. It has used its military and economic power to promote these values abroad, often intervening in conflicts and imposing sanctions on countries deemed to be violating international norms. This approach has been met with mixed success, with some praising America's leadership role and others criticizing its interventionist tendencies. Section 7. Strengths and weaknesses, a balanced perspective. It is essential to acknowledge that both the Chinese and American systems have their strengths and weaknesses. China's model of centralized governance has delivered remarkable economic growth and lifted millions out of poverty. Its ability to implement policies efficiently and strategically is undeniable. However, this system comes at a cost. Restrictions on individual freedoms, limited political participation, and concerns about human rights are significant drawbacks. The Chinese government's tight control over information and suppression of dissent raise concerns about transparency and accountability. The United States, while facing challenges such as political polarization and economic inequality, continues to offer its citizens a high degree of personal freedom and opportunities for innovation. Its democratic institutions, though imperfect, provide mechanisms for accountability and citizen participation. Section 8. Cooperation or competition. The road ahead. The relationship between China and the United States is perhaps the most consequential bilateral relationship in the world today. As the two leading global powers, their actions have far-reaching implications for global peace, security, and prosperity. While competition between the two nations is inevitable, it is crucial that this competition does not escalate into conflict. Areas of cooperation such as climate change, global health, and nuclear non-proliferation require a concerted effort from both sides. Dialogue, diplomacy, and a willingness to understand each other's perspectives are essential for navigating this complex relationship. The stakes are too high for anything less. Section 9. Finding harmony, lessons to be learned. In an increasingly interconnected world, the question of whether one system of governance is inherently better than another may be missing the point. Both China and the United States have much to offer the world and much to learn from each other. Perhaps the key lies in finding a harmonious balance between different approaches. China's economic dynamism and efficiency can serve as valuable lessons for other developing nations. The United States' commitment to individual liberty and innovation remains a beacon of hope for many. Ultimately, the success of both nations and indeed the future of the world depends on their ability to coexist peacefully, cooperate on shared challenges, and learn from each other's strengths.